Hello, ACRL colleagues. My name is Susan Mythen, and I'll be sharing some tips for empowering first-year students with AI tools to help them get started on library research assignments in an asynchronous online environment. We know that first-year students have a unique set of challenges. Those challenges can include a lack of academic experience, or perhaps it's been a long time since they've taken a course. They struggle with what we call the hidden curriculum, or that set of unwritten rules, expectations, and norms that are considered universal, but are often hidden from first generation and lower income students. Many sense that they're supposed to already know how college works, including the library, so they fear asking questions. This, coupled with the pressure to perform, can lead to plagiarism or the unethical use of tools like generative AI. So with those challenges in mind, modeling for students how to use these tools can help put them on a path to success. So how can we use AI to help online students? There are four main ways that we'll focus on today: initial topic exploration, brainstorming important key terms, narrowing their topics, and devising their research questions, and constructing initial Boolean search statements. I teach a first-year research course for University of Maryland Global Campus, and this year we've added an AI component to the assignment called the search strategy. In this exercise, we ask students to select a topic to do some initial research on and select a few sources for a hypothetical paper on their topic. This year, we've begun to direct students to go to a generative AI tool to begin exploring their topics. I suggest that they use this tool for topic exploration. And the prompt that I suggest is, I am a college student writing a research paper on blank. What are some of the main points that I should know as I begin to search this topic? Next, they read the summary that's provided by AI to get an overview of their topic. Then they use the prompt. Can you suggest a few ways that I could narrow my topic? This will usually give them some bullet points with various subtopics and short summaries of those subtopics. Once they've narrowed their topics, they use the prompt. I would like to focus on blank. What are some important keywords that I should use when I search for articles? Finally, once they have their topics and keywords, they ask AI to create a Boolean search statement using the best keywords for this topic. By having this conversation with ChatGPT or other AI tools, it engages them in the process. It also provides explanations with its responses, which can be extremely helpful for students that are unfamiliar with the research process. We suggest that students use one of these tools: ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Microsoft Copilot. Both Gemini and ChatGPT allow students to share the link of their full conversation, which helps me better understand their process. Here's an example of a conversation with ChatGPT. I will be happy to share examples from each of the AI platforms so that you can see the differences. The students are directed then to use the AI-generated Boolean search statements in the Library 1 search box. Then they show their learning by reviewing their results and revising the Boolean search statement based on the concepts that are covered in the course. They provide screenshots of their results and the revisions that they make. It's exciting to see the changes that they come up with. The results with my 3 classes this semester have been outstanding. The students have much less anxiety about starting the process, and they get more personalized coaching from AI than I could ever give them one-on-one. I create and share videos showing them the proper use of AI for academic purposes. It gives them an opportunity to practice prompting AI in a way that's not asking the tool to write a paper for them. Instead, they use it as a research and a writing coach. Since adding the AI task to the assignment, the focus topics, the search terms, and the Boolean search statements are so much better. And I can see the students putting in the work and using their own thoughts and reflections in the process. And when it comes time for them to write their reflective essay on the research process, I have far fewer AI-generated papers. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have.